What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices. The ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great, and even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So hey, look, the title of this video is going to be on the fact that you have to be really mindful of understanding what is really going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? And knowing and realizing that I know everyone is loving this new energy and everyone wants to be chosen and everyone wants to have gifts, but it is a lot of internal soul work that you have to do to be awarded some certain gifts, right? And that is up to nobody but the universe, God, Allah, whatever you choose to call it, right? So people are having the ability to understand and see the ones that have these certain gifts, especially people that have been using theirs to move in darkness. And what I mean by that is their life is catapulted in a way to where they only see darkness. They can't get past their certain pain and hurt, so they use their own gifts to motivate and move people in a dark way. You know what I'm saying? Not in a positive way. And you have to be understanding and mindful and really careful, because these people are smooth talkers. You know what I'm saying? These people are well aware of how to play nice to get close to you and your energy, to be able to use it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us are realizing that we have certain gifts, and it not only affects yourself but everyone around you. So anyone attached to you or around you will also have the ability to feel the effects of the energy you embody. So people that move in the darkness will do anything they can to try to get really close. You know what I'm saying? And again, a lot of these people do not want to see you grow and achieve better in life. They just want to come around you to steal your gifts for themselves. And I think a lot of people are really having a realization that it's a difference between light and dark. It's people who've been moving in the dark for so long that they don't understand that the people that they've been using to move in the dark are waking up and choosing to move to the light, that they're still looking for targets, right? So they come in and they're smooth, and what they do is they have a tracker on your energy. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you got to realize these people have been operating in this type of energy control power for so long. Your energy is basically a tracker. They basically sniff it out, you know what I'm saying? So they can see you probably before you see them, right? And so what they do is they come in smooth talking, you know what I'm saying, acting like they own what you own, but their whole conception is to be able to steal from you. You know what I'm saying? So again, every day working to become powerful in yourself is very adamant that you do that, you know? So I think, matter of fact, I don't think, I know, a lot of times what people is having a realization is the fact that a person has done so much work on themselves that you can't just easily come in and try to take something that they worked for. So what ends up happening is all the suffering, all the pain, all the turmoil that you went through, they end up experiencing a version of it for themselves in their own life. You know what I'm saying? And automatically, since they never had the ability to look at themselves, they automatically think you are the target now. You know what I'm saying? So they become extremely upset, thinking that you caused, you know what I'm saying, whatever they got going on in their life. You know what I'm saying? Without thinking for a second that you tried to take something from somebody that they work for, because that's your mannerisms and your darkness, you know what I'm saying, that they basically reflected back to you a mirror of who you really are. So it's not really that person that's doing it. What's happening is it's now you getting a chance to see who you really are for real. It's like a mirror. Have you ever shined a mirror in the light and you see how the reflection come off of it? Right. That's exactly what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost the ability to explain to a person, this is what's been going on in your life all this time. This is what's been keeping you stagnant. You know what I'm saying? And how you've been using it to attract other people's energy for yourself instead of looking at your own life. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because a lot of these people have no intention of changing. They just know that now they have to be more discreet with who they are, and because it's being more revealed now. The more these certain people that they've been using to operate in the dark are waking up to who they are by not taking no more of their shit, is now them having the ability to be exposed. So what they're doing is, in order to not be exposed, listen, you look around, everybody got sunglasses on. So everybody that got sunglasses on is not who you think they are. There are some people moving in the light and doing the growing, and then there are some people that are still dark, just making sure that they keep their eyes covered so nobody reveals who they truly are. You know what I'm saying? Listen, there are only a select group of people in the world that have been awarded the master gifts because they put the work in. Everybody is not chosen and gifted like they claim to be. They just wish that they were, but they're missing the whole point, which is doing your own soul work, because for so long they've had the mentality of ignoring the deepest parts of themselves and siphoning people's good energy by projecting onto them and taking what they can get from them by them not being aware of who they truly are, and using it and projecting it into the world as if that's really them for real. You know what I'm saying? But again, let me tell you something. Because of these people having the ability to wake up and survive all the suffering and projection that they had to go through in their lives, you know what I'm saying? They're waking up now, you know? And what's happening is those people are a reflection to the people that have been getting away with being dark, divine feminists for so long. You know what I'm saying? Now it's either going to force a change in them, you know what I'm saying, to wake up to who they truly are, or it's going to force a kickback to where they just figure out a smarter way to be able to move in the dark. You know what I'm saying? But I feel as if that's why you should be careful on who you play with. You know what I'm saying? I experience it a lot where people really come into contact with me and they see me as an easy target, as an easy victim. You know what I'm saying? And they come in and they try to take something from me that I earned for themselves because they see, you know what I'm saying, who I really am for real spiritually. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is you feel them. You have them go through the whole, you feel me, little journey. You fill their head up, you make them think they're getting away with something, and then what happens, now they're getting a kickback by having to go through your suffering, pain, and trauma, but it's not actually yours, it's just a mirror back to them and all the things that they have been avoiding. You know what I'm saying? To basically use certain material things in the world to be attracted to get ahead in life, which means oftentimes when you're attracted to material pleasures, you don't give a damn about people. Your image, your reputation, how much money you got is solely on and fixated on you. And that's what happens when people don't heal trauma and they all about themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't care who they hurt to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? And if you look like an easy target, trust me, they will use you in every way that they can, because you have to be mindful that these people are still in this certain mindset. So when they see somebody as an easy target, these have always been their targets. You know what I'm saying? But in order to keep who they are still functioning, they have to be able to siphon energy from the people that has always been the easy targets, without realizing that maybe that person has done enough healing and done enough work that what's going to happen is now they're going to project onto you, you know what I'm saying, the life that you refuse to see inside yourself. And trust me, listen, some of them get so mad, they be so mad, they be doing everything to stay away from you. Yeah, because your intentions was different. You know what I'm saying? You was in it for selfish gain. You know what I'm saying? Without realizing who a person really was for real. And now your suffering is the ability to realize who you've been your whole life. Listen, they be pissed off. They be extremely upset. They don't know what to do because they thought that they trick that they've been using all their life was going to work. You know what I'm saying? And then again, sometimes it reflects healing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it reflects healing, and now people got to be able to get through that to be able to become who they truly are, because I had to get through my darkest demons to be able to become who I truly am. You know what I'm saying? But imagine us growing up in a world where we never thought anything we was doing was wrong. So you're never having the ability to see that maybe you stagnant in life because it's a certain way you moving, and ain't nobody woke you up to the fact that maybe that's the wrong way. Especially if you're around the people that keeps that same type of mentality going, you never think anything you're doing is wrong. You think that's the correct way to live. You know what I'm saying? So again, you got to be mindful and understanding that you should never underestimate somebody, because just because you see everybody walking around with sunglasses on and, you feel me, everybody's love and light, no, they not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are still very much dark, but in able to cloak themselves from being revealed, they have to be able to mimic the energy that's on the planet. So they will pretend and play as if, you know, they're on the same hype as you. You know what I'm saying? They own what you own, but they really not. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, the ways that you know this person is not really on what you own is nonverbal ways, nonverbal clues. They'll tell you eventually at some point this person is faking it. They not really who they are. And what happens is that is revealed once you pull your energy back, because you'll be in their energy for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Because they thinking they doing something. You feel me? Because they've always been like this their whole life. And then when you get to a point where you bump it up a level, because again, it's levels to life, you take your energy back, and now they're faced with who they really are for real. And sometimes they grow, and then sometimes they get pissed off because they think it's your fault, when in reality it's really not. It's just you having the ability to look at who you've been all your life so you can heal that and move forward. If I had to do it to become who I am, you got to do it too. But again, like I said, some people are put on the planet that have done an advanced level of growing. So they have certain gifts that everybody wants to embody, but they don't have. So in order to feel as if they fit that standard, again, they got to mock and copy and pretend and act like they've done the work. But you got to be strong in who you are, because a lot of these people are still very dark. And they'll pretend and they'll act a certain way to be able to get you in, so they can siphon any good energy you may think you have about who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's the dark part about it. That's the darkness that comes with the elevation of energy and people having these gifts is not what they talk about. Because again, there are a lot of people using people's energy in a dark way to make their life a living hell, simply because they want a life that they didn't deserve. You know what I'm saying? And again, everybody deserves a good life. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Actually putting in the work to change and grow from the person you may have been all your life to a new person that's going to get you ahead and open doors and opportunities for you. But again, you cannot get there until you raise your energetic vibration. If you're still stuck on getting lit all the time, hanging out with the wrong crowd, you feel me, being around bad influences, you cannot go around someone that has discarded those things and their elevation is rising and try to take something from them that you don't want to grow in, because you're going to become stagnant even more. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to take you a lot longer to get ahead because you've been operating like that for so long. Remind you and understand energy and the way it operates the world has been around longer than I've been alive. It's just we've been blind to the knowledge that comes behind it. So nobody really knew. So now everybody's like trying to find a textbook, trying to find something to try to help them understand what's truly going on, without realizing that it's you, your growth, and your journey. Knowing and realizing and breaking out of the confines of who people want you to be and self-discovery of who you truly are, because that's how you're going to really make it in this world. But again, like I said, it's a balance of light and dark. The darkness is just as evilly powerful as the light, but there are some people that walk between both. And then there are some people that are dark, divine, and trying to snuff out the light of light divine by capturing the people that think they got light, that think they found their way in life. Now, my mission as a dark person, feminine or masculine, is to make you go back down to where you've always been your whole life. And trust me, they know how to sniff you out like a barbecue on a summer day. You know what I'm saying? They're very clever. So listen, I feel as if the only good advice I can have for people these days is to protect who you are. You know what I'm saying? You still got to live. You still got to be outside. You still got to defeat the enemy by waking up every day and showing out. But again, being cautious and being mindful that there are ones that are not really light. They're very dark. And they just are trying to come in and steal your light so they can portray the image that whatever they're on is the strongest to be able to elevate in. And again, knowing and realizing how strong energy is, it makes every single person in the world connected through energy. But again, certain energy comes with certain blocks. Certain energy comes with certain releases. You're able to see what another person sees if you've cleared those releases. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes they're able to see what you see, but they don't have it for themselves. And so now they're coming to try to attack you. But again, everybody is not as gifted as they claim to be. They're very dark and they want to be gifted. So they'll come in and play the role and try to take something from you that they feel they deserve for themselves. And then it's reflected back onto them, who they truly are. And they'll either get mad and stay away from you because now they got a slam dunk in their face that what they've been trying to do ain't gonna work for people out here now. Or, you know what I'm saying, they'll grow and they'll step into their own divine feminine or masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be on their own mission to discover who they are. You know what I'm saying? And figure out whatever that is. But what that takes and entails is them no longer messing with you. You can't focus and mess with me if you focused on your own life. You know what I'm saying? At all will you be wondering or concerned with what I'm doing if you're focused on your own life and what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, the pain be so deep for some people. Some people be so wounded and hurt, they became the pain. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they can ever get out. So they spend their life trying to take people's happiness from them because the pain is just so deep. You know what I'm saying? So listen, build up your walls when necessary and understand that the world is a balance between emotion and logic. Know when to use your emotion and know when to use your logic. You know, if you lead with your heart, that's fine. It's nothing wrong with that. I've learned that that's my biggest asset, but you got to protect it because if you don't, you feel me, people will take you for granted. And that's when everything or whatever gifts you earned throughout your life will be easily siphoned through someone who knows you move with your heart and they don't. You know what I'm saying? And they'll do anything they can to try to get close. And then next thing you know, what will happen is they'll probably destiny swap. And what will happen is everything you dreamed of or wanted in your life they will have it for a short period of time, and then you'll consume the darkest parts of their life. You know what I'm saying? And what you realize is it's a switch. So now you're living out their life and they're living out your life. And you got to be able to continue to be you through it. And then when it's necessary, it'll flip. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens is now they're going through the same very things that you could be going through, and it dumbs them down. You know what I'm saying? Not because they have compassion, not because they care, but because they're starting to see the consequences that it's having on their life. And if they want to stay alive, you know what I'm saying? Or they want to be able to not have to deal with the consequences or get out of the mental prison, they'll start to move right by force. You know what I'm saying? And only the universe, God, Allah, whoever you choose to pray to, has the ability to do that. That's why it's happening in segments, in increments. You know what I'm saying? People may think they got the one up on you because what's happening in your life ain't happening in theirs yet. You know what I'm saying? And then it comes to a point where, again, a lot of people think they still macho and mighty by moving in the energy they've been moving in all their life. So the people that they're supposed to be helping, they actually target them because they're losing. And then when they feel as if, you feel me, dang, these people ain't not as weak as I thought, because people judge people by sight. You know what I'm saying? Then they get a dose of their own medicine. You know what I'm saying? And it's a real wake-up call for some of these people. You know what I'm saying? And again, you can change if you want, but some people rather not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier. They gotten too comfortable being who they always been. I know what that feel like. You know what I'm saying? Till the consequences got too intense. And because I know how to manage and balance my energy by using my heart, the consequences that I was dealing with was too intense for me, and it was affecting people that I really care about. And so I was like, listen, you got to get that shit together, because I still got a heart. So I fixed it. But again, if people don't have a heart and they don't care about you, that doesn't affect them. They'll keep doing it. You get me? So listen, understanding and realizing, be careful. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean be afraid, because if the devil, the dark energy knows you're afraid, you basically are showing them weakness. You know what I'm saying? It means continue to elevate your life in a world where now they see you. You know what I'm saying? They know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Continue to be yourself. Don't turn into the pain. Don't let them get to you by being able to heal your wounds. That's the best defense you have, because the only reason why they were able to get to you at first is because your wounds were still open. And the only way they can heal is you got to take the Band-Aid off. If you keep the Band-Aid on an open wound, it never forms a scab and it just stays slimy. You know what I'm saying? It's the easiest access point. Take the Band-Aid off. Let it get some air so it can form a scab. You know what I'm saying? And you can be able to heal that. You know? So listen, be cautious. Keep your eyes open, because now it's being revealed. Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's when they come out the most. You know what I'm saying? It's now being exposed on the surface, and a lot of them are still trying to stay hidden, because, you know what I'm saying, they want to feel as if the power they hold is still overriding the world. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be careful, pay attention. Don't let nobody get to you. Heal your wounds and continue to move in the direction you're supposed to go, because when you leading, you feel me, with the universe behind you, it'll let you know. So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.